Okay, you guys in Airland Land, we're doing a video for you if you're not here today because we are, and we're getting it done. So, first thing you need to do is you need to open up a document in OneDrive, put your standard in for 6.66 that says identify the location of political and geographical reasons for and the growth of Roman territories and the expansion of the empire, including how the empire fostered economic growth through the currency and trade routes. It's really not that bad. Your goal is 10 facts. So we are taking notes today. You will not see the screen today, again, on Internet Land because we don't want you to see our notes. That would be cheating, and we don't cheat. Okay, so here we are. All right, very first thing that we're doing is identifying. Okay, they have a note written for that one. Maybe you will too. All right, identify the location of Rome. Okay, you told me where Italy was. Now, where is Rome located on Italy? It's right here. So, first of all, tell me what shore that is on. James? Western shore. Okay. East, north, west, south, middle of Italy. What would you say?
Middle.
About the middle, right? So basically, we could say Rome is located on the western, help me out here, shore
of Italy.
Right? It's on the western shore in the center of Italy. So basically, Italy looks like a boot. It would be right here on your shin. That's where Rome would be. Okay? Go. All right, so the class just talked about the location of Italy and Rome. You need to figure out where that is, and that can be a note that you can use, or notes. Hint, hint. All right, now we're looking at a map of trade in the Roman Empire in 200 AD. AD, before Christ's birth or after Christ's birth? After Christ's birth. Okay, the yellow that you see here, this is all the Roman Empire. Okay? The red that you see is the main trade routes. Now, where are those trade routes running? Land or water? Both. They're on both. Look. Like this one right here. It's on water. This one right here is on water and in land. Okay? So the trade routes run on both. If you see this symbol, guess what one of the things that they traded was? Slaves. So found it earlier, right here and right here. Those were trade routes for slave trade routes, which ought to give you a couple other little notes there. They didn't just trade what?
Slave.
They didn't just trade food and animals and
jewelry.
Right, they traded slaves as well. Now, these are some items that they traded. Grain, marble, metal, olive oil, textiles, timber, wild animals, and wine.
Can I write that as a fact?
Sure, it can be part of your notes.
Wait. Can we have more than
All right, now, I'm not going to tell you every note to write now. You're going to have to write on your own. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to let this keep playing. All right. Trade flourished by 100 AD. That would be 100 years before this map, right? So trade flourished. What does it mean when something flourishes? Is it doing good or is it doing bad? Jade, what do you say? It's doing really good. Trade flourishing. It was doing really good. So their trade network was great. They were trading with Spain. They were trading with Egypt. They were trading with Gaul, which is France. They were trading all kinds of places. Now, one of the things that would help their trade was if they had a common money system. Okay, common currency. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have been to the mall in Johnson City shopping? How many of you have been to the outlet stores over in Pigeon Forge? How many of you have been to the mall in Knoxville shopping? How many of you have been to Asheville shopping? How many of you have been to Morristown shopping? What if every time you went to a mall in another town, the minute you got there, you had to go to an office to exchange your money to use the money that they used.
That would get annoying. I feel like
Okay, it would get annoying. How many of you think that would be a pain? It would be a pain, right? Have any of you gone to Canada? Have any of you taken a cruise? Most of the time when you take a cruise, they'll still allow you, if you take a cruise like with Carnival or Norwegian, they'll still allow you to use your money that you use in America in the Bahamas or in one of the other areas that they go cruising. Nassau, Freeport, those are the Bahamas, okay? But if you go to Canada, when you go over the state line, you need to exchange your money to the Canadian money, which is really kind of cool looking, by the way.
Did you know a dollar in Canada is $5?
It's different amounts in every place you go, right? $1 here, that's worth $1. It might not be worth $1 in another country. Okay? So here's where it gets really confusing. How much is a quarter worth?
25 cents.
How much is a dime worth?
10.
How much is a nickel worth?
5.
How much is a $5 bill worth?
$5.
$5. What if you went to Johnson City Mall to go shopping today and they told you, I'm sorry, your quarter's not worth 25 cents here, it's only worth 7.
I'd be mad.
Then you have to, in addition to going, okay, it says that this shirt I want costs $15. That's $15 for them. Not $15 like you know it, because is their money the same as your money? So it's not worth the same amount. Or it may be worth more. Alright, so that can get really confusing really fast, can it?
Yeah.
Okay? So in order for Rome to trade more easily, they had a money system that was common for France, Greece, and Egypt. So if you went to Egypt and you wanted to just take money to go buy something, which is still kind of trade, I will give you, if you go to Walmart and you buy a shirt or a CD for $10, you have to make up your mind. Do I want to trade my $10 bill for that CD, or do I want to keep my $10 bill for something else? You still are kind of trading it, aren't you? You're trading your money for that product. Okay? Well, if you went to Greece, they had the same money. If you went to Gaul, which is France today, they had the same money. Would that make it easier to trade?
Yeah.
That's why when you go to Johnson City to the mall, you can take your money because you can use your money there. That would be a lot better than you walking into Johnson City Mall and going to one of the offices and go, I need to trade this money for Johnson City Mall money.
They would
Yeah.
say, what?
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Okay? So, common money system made trade easier. Another thing that helped them was, what did the Romans like to build?
Temple.
Roads. Roads was a big one, right? They built paved roads. Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been driving down the road with your parents and you're on a paved road and they take another road and it's a little rock road, and that little rock road, you travel down it for a long way and it kind of gets more and more narrow, and you finally get to the point that you're like, I have no idea where I am.
Yeah.
Do any of you freak out when you don't know where you are? I used to when I was little. Okay? A road will take you somewhere, right? Have you ever been traveling with your GPS and your GPS tells you to turn right and you look to the right and it's a field?
Yeah.
Because a road used to be there, or your GPS is messed up and it thinks there's a road there? Well, let's just say that one of those times you take that road and go into that field. And you drive, and you drive, and you drive. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
You have no idea, do you? You have no idea. Have any of you been to the west and been through the desert? Okay, it is hot. What if you just suddenly turned off the road and drove out through the desert and drove, let's say you drove 25 miles out the desert.
You'll find nothing.
And you find nothing but sand, right?
You did.
And you get out and you go, I don't even know where I am. And we know from past lessons Are there any landmarks in a desert? No, because the big, huge sand dune that you see here today may be 10 miles down tomorrow. It's not there. So roads do take you somewhere, right? Do roads make it easier to travel?
Yes.
What if we drove down the Asheville Highway to go to Asheville, and when we got to the mountain, the road stopped you and you had to get out and walk to Asheville? How many of you right now would say, I would be lost and I would not go?
I hitchhike.
Okay, there's no road to hitchhike.
Oh, I thought you meant Asheville
Okay.
Highway.
So, roads take you somewhere. Makes it easier to travel. All right, well, would a paved road make it easier for you to transport your goods? Is it easier to transport your goods on a road, or would it be easier for me to give you a cart and tell you, you're going to take your caravan or you're going to take this cart and you're going to go cross this yard right here, and you see those trees, you're going through there because you need to get to the other side of town. Don't take the roads. Which is easier, taking the paved road or going across like I just told you? Paved road. Okay, so a paved road makes it easier to transport your goods. A paved road leads you somewhere. Okay? It allowed traders to move their goods more easily. Their army could go on the roads as well. And you remember yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I told you that one of the emperors really organized the army, and part of his army went to build roads and bridges and aqueducts.
Before when they were tearing it down, the other guys would go another.
The temporary shelters. Yes, we talked about the temporary shelters. All right, so would a paved road help the Roman Empire and the traders to trade?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes, it would. You should be thankful that those of you who go to Walmart, when you get on the bypass, you have a paved road going to Walmart and not a path to college. Exactly. Okay? Yes, Jay? That's true. It can. That's exactly right. And then you're stuck there, aren't you? All right, now, you told me just a few minutes ago that I asked you if that trade route was on the land or the water, and what did you tell me? You told me both. Okay? So, we've talked about the land. Where are there other trade routes? On the water. Now, here's something that in class before, we have never talked about any other civilization. Ever. Pirates. Pirates. Pirates.
British people.
Okay? Believe it or not, alright, how many of you have at least 5 notes so far?
I have
4.
I
did.
have 9.
Alright, the Roman Navy. Alright, here's you some new notes. Just because you're done with 10 doesn't mean you should be done taking notes. You should be on this standard and not another one. The Roman Navy, they eliminated piracy. What's eliminate mean? Get rid of it. Okay? There were pirates out there wanting to take the goods off of those trade ships. And if you saw a pirate boat coming toward you,
Shoot it down.
well, good luck with that. Because do you think that those pirates weren't used to being shot at?
I think
They were used to it. They wanted those goods. They ought to know that they're going to have to get into a fight with you to get them, right? They're prepared. So the Roman Navy, one of their jobs was to go out onto the Mediterranean and get rid of those pirates. Because if I'm a trader and I have a huge ship full of trade goods that I'm taking to a Roman port, I don't want to meet up with a pirate ship. Right? Because what do those pirates want off my boat? Everything they can get. And if they have to kill me, is that going to be a problem for those pirates? No, it's not. So, if the Roman Navy is out there getting rid of the pirate ships, does that make it safer or more dangerous to travel? Safer. It makes it safer to travel on the water. Okay? Now, it was also a way that Rome was wanting their traders to be safe by giving them the paved roads, extending to places where they could get to trade their goods, by putting the Roman Navy on the Mediterranean to get rid of the pirate ships. They were trying to make it safe. If they're trying to make it safe, are they trying to make it peaceful?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a word that you will see again. I have a really funny feeling you might see it on TCAPS. It's down at the very bottom of the slide. It means Roman peace. Pax Romana. I want to see that in your notes. Pax Romana. Romana, Rome. Pax, peace. Roman peace. That is what Pax Romana means. Okay? When they have these roads built, when they have the Navy out, their armies out, they're making their world in the Mediterranean seem what? Safer. Exactly. Safer. Okay, now you guys in Internet Land, I'm hitting pause. And we'll come back to you in a minute. Alright, one more thing and then we are letting you people in Internet Land go. Alright, traders from all over the empire arrived in Rome's port cities. Traders sold luxury items to wealthy Romans. The Romans imported raw materials such as British tin, Spanish silver, and lead. Okay, if I get big pieces of silver in, can I give that to my artisans and ask them to do something with it?
Yeah.
What will they do with it? Into what?
Swords,
Swords, rings, jewelry. Jewelry's a big one, right? Rings, earrings, necklaces. Okay, if they polish that silver all up and they turn it into a ring, okay, silver's worth a lot of money, right? Okay, if they polish it into a silver ring, which is going to be more valuable, that chunk of silver or this ring?
Ring.
The ring. So can I turn around and take that import that I got in, carve it into something else, and sell it for more money?
Yes.
Yes, I can. Will you make money if you do that? Yes, you will. And what will you become? Wealthy. Okay? You'll become wealthy. Now here was the problem. Rome did become wealthy. Unfortunately though, all that money that they were getting in was not distributed out to everybody. Your farmers and your city dwellers still remained poor. And Rome was using that money and those taxes they were collecting and the money they were getting in from trade to build roads, aqueducts, bridges, using it for their military. So not everybody in Rome was getting wealthy, were they? They weren't. Okay? But traders from all over their empire were trading items. So Rome itself was getting wealthier, but just because I lived in Rome, if I was a poor farmer, I might not see any of that. And I still have to pay my taxes. So, kind of a
Not even close to winter. It's more like
kind of a catch, isn't it? Alright, those of you guys in Internet Land, our goal was for 10 facts, and we just about got 10 facts actually. I think we've got more than 10 facts. So, you need to get those 10 facts and get them submitted in Canvas. Okay, see you, bye.